Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast. Here, I am Jeffrey Kirby. As always, each and every week, we're joined by Jarryd. Jarryd, how in the hell are you?
Doing great, fantastic. Another week goes by, another week closer to football. Officially 2 weeks till the first game on Thursday night. We got a college football game to watch this weekend at least. We're back. We're pretty much fully back.
We are so back, boys. And as you can see, I'm not in my normal studio area. Why am I not out there? Why am I not there? I don't know. I just got done playing 18 holes of golf. I still have a cigar I want to smoke, and that's what exactly I'm going to do. But first, speaking of golf and cigars, y'all see this hat right here? Bogies and stogies. Y'all know me. That seems just about right up my alley. That's up a lot of other people's alleys too. You can get this hat today at shankitgolf.com and use my code JBK15 for 15% off. Make sure click the link. I'll have it in the description. Make sure to go and get yourself one of these hats. They have a bunch of new hats dropping next week. Make sure to go and pick yourself one up. And back to the regularly scheduled program as I need to spark up here and I got to figure out what kind of pack is this at this point because as of right now, we're going to smoke on the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is absolutely atrocious. I didn't think it could get worse, but it might have gotten worse pack.
Preseason. I think it's a preseason issue, which I'm fine with, as Kirby does that. It's not. It was bad. Was it? It was really bad. It got worse. Yes. The first and second, Justin Fields and Russell Wilson did not get a touchdown. No touchdown.
Which I was telling Jarryd this before, and also let me know if my audio sounds a little iffy or whatever. I'm connected to my beats here, so.
Mm-hmm.
But my thought is now. Granted, I'll be completely honest with everyone. Saturday night, I tried to watch the game. I had it in front of me. I was at a bourbon and wine tasting. You can probably guess how that went out.
Yep.
And needless to say, I got a little intoxicated during the game. So me being able to watch that game in clear picture was not that great. But what I do know is here's my thoughts on this whole scenario that's been going on through the first two games of the preseason. The offense has not looked great whatsoever, which for us as Steeler fans is demoralizing considering that's what we've been watching for the last 5 years. It's been nothing but at very best mediocre football, offensive football. But we could look at this in one of two ways. And this is both maybe just a way of me coping with the fact that our offense might be trash again this year. But here's how I'll start it off so far. What happened last year in the preseason with the offense? We thought we were competing with the Kansas City Chiefs. We thought we were competing with the Buffalo Bills in terms of offense, of how great the offense looks. And what happened? That offense looked putrid damn near all year long. So if we want to put reverse psychology into this, we could say, hey, the offense looked great in the preseason last year and turned out shit. So maybe if we start out shit in the preseason, maybe we'll look all right in the regular season. Will that probably happen? Maybe, probably not. But I'm still going to psych myself into thinking that. But that's also me having the fun scenario. Here's the more realistic scenario in this. Is Arthur Smith is not going to put out any real game tape out there. Right now, what they're putting out is very basic concepts and all that. Because we got to remember that when they play Atlanta week 1, they know a lot. They know exactly that offense. Yeah. So they're not going to put everything, they're not going to put anything out on tape. Now, for us as fans, we still want to see them at least score a touchdown. I mean, my God, we would like to see that. But at the end of the day, I maybe it was a good thing that I was drunk. on Saturday and didn't get a chance to fully have to pay attention because it did not look pretty.
No, it was really bad. The whole side of the offense was really bad. Not until Kyle Allen came in and got a touchdown with the third string. That's what it took until the third stringers came in and got a touchdown.
Yeah, they went up against guys that are going to be coworkers of yours and mine here soon.
But other than that, the O line looked almost everyone looked awful. Roger Jones got pushed around. Didn't look pass protection was his rough day for him, unfortunately, which it wasn't good. Didn't see Troy Fautano out there. He wasn't playing, so you saw Dan Moore, and guys could predict how Dan Moore is. I'll tell you that much. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields were just basically scrambling for their life out of the pocket. Justin Fields was a little bit faster, so he got out a little bit more. That's why he got some better rushes than Russell Wilson. But other than that, it just looked awful. The defense looked okay, all right. They did their thing. Peyton Wilson's probably the biggest highlight out of these first two games. Honestly, he's going to be looking real good once the real season starts when Week 1 against Atlanta. So, and plus, I wonder. I'm sure you guys know Russell Wilson will start Saturday against the Detroit Lions. Now, how many series?
Now,
don't know.
Now, real quick, I'm going to go to this because now I think in our scenario with the offense and, trying to figure out, A, we still have a quarterback competition going on, number one, and two, we need to see a lot more out of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's ironic what I'm about to say, and I think a lot of Steeler fans would agree with this, that usually you would say, oh, hell no, why are we putting him out there? Or usually in normal situations, why are you putting your quarterback out there in the third preseason game? Let's not risk him. Let's get him, ready for Week 1. But obviously in our situation, like I said, we have a quarterback competition. We need to figure that out. There's still a lot of kinks. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed within this offense. So we can use as many game repetitions as humanly possible. I would love to see that. Now, on to the other side of the ball with that question. Is there any potential chance that Mike Tomlin's thinking, let's throw some of the big names out there for the preseason, like I remember TJ Watt. What was it? 2 or 3 years ago, played. I think it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Played in the preseason. Played in that Week 3 game against the Lions, ironically, and ended up getting hurt with the knee. And everyone bashed Mike Tomlin for it, but maybe this is a kind of an old school thought of me because we've mentioned this before. You're really in one of two categories. You're either in the Sean McVay category where you're not going to play your starters a single snap in the preseason, or you're going to be more of an old school coach and you're going to play your guys in the preseason. You're one of the two. Yep. For me, I've always leaned a little bit more old school. Game reps are always important, no matter who you are, no matter just going through the motions of a real life game scenario. I think those are always great things to have.
Timing. I think timing really works as well. Perfect your timing, especially, you're going against a different defense, not, the same defense you're going against. So it's, like I said, it's like an expedition game, like, any other type of game. That's what the preseason is all about. You get to see, basically veterans, basically get their bodies back to NFL season ready for the season, and then you got rookies and guys that are third or fourth trying to make the team. That's all that matters during the preseason.
Yeah, and listen here, the one thing that you've mentioned about Peyton Wilson, for example, number one, we talked about how we thought that he was going to be someone that would be a potential rookie of the year candidate. And so far, he's absolutely balled out in the preseason, which is exactly. I mean, we knew the talent. It was just always the health that was going to be the question mark, and that's still going to be a question mark. I mean, let's see how he looks throughout an NFL season. But as of now, at least we have a bright spot. because we know Patrick Queen's going to be Patrick Queen. We know
Yep.
he's going to be a dog.
Yep.
Your best friend over there, and but it's nice to have that. It's nice to, and then obviously we're still going to see how Dante Jackson looks.
Yep.
Joey Porter's going to be Joey Porter.
Yep.
Minka's going to be Minka.
Yep.
I think Deshaun Elliott's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I think overall the defense is going to be fine.
It's the offense.
It's the offense once again, and it's the same shit. I mean, you know what's funny though is a decade ago it was the complete opposite. It was the offense was great, and the defense you had a lot of question marks on.
Yeah.
Now you flip flopped them.
Yeah, I just wish one of those years was just combined together. Don't you wish? Give me this defense with the killer bees offense.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I mean, hell, why? Or imagine if, I mean, in a way, we kind of did. I mean, minus Le'Veon Bell, but James Conner pulled out very well for that 2018 season, the year that they just completely fell apart in December. That year, they were, I mean, defensively, they were great. Offensively, they were one of the best teams in the NFL. It's just they just completely collapsed in December. And God, that year still irritating. 2017 and 2018, those are years that will live rent free in my head.
Yeah, definitely will. But like, as we talk about Peyton Wilson, like I said, he played a lot of snaps the second game as well. He played with, I think, a couple with the first string, second and third. He was there mostly. He played a lot, so it's a good sign. Like we talked about, we're not worried about the defense mostly. We're really worried about the offense. What are they going to do? Are they going to, step up to the plate here this next preseason game on Saturday at, I think, 1 o'clock they play on Saturday against the Lions?
Sorry, I got a text.
No.
Someone is teasing me because there's potential that we're going to play out at play golf at a country club on Monday, and I got teased with it. So, bastard! Shout out to my boy Robbie. Shout out to my Berdogi gang. That's what we call us. Prep for birdies, end up with bogeys. If you're a golfer, you would understand. But yeah. Overall, I'm right now in terms of the quarterback scenario. I think it's going to end up being Russell Wilson.
Agreed.
Now, you've mentioned this numerous of times how short the leash is going to be.
Yep.
And let me ask you this, because we're going to do this weekly.
Yep.
Until it happens.
Yep.
Whether he's traded or whether he signs.
Yep.
We are on day 982 of the Brandon Ayuk saga.
Yep.
Now, when we get to that this week on this episode of What the Fuck is Going On with Brandon Ayuk, we're going to talk about, say the deal does happen here in the next couple days.
God, I wish.
Number one, is how long is it going to take for him to get back into real conditions? Because he's not doing anything. Damn.
Nope.
So how long is it going to take for him to get back into condition shape, into football shape? Number two, how long is it going to take for him to gain a connection with either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson? I think those are questions that we have to have. And say the deal does happen within the next few days. I mean, it's still good. It's going to take time for him to learn the playbook. It's going to take time for him to learn all that.
Yeah, I think something will get done this weekend. If I had to predict, with a week left, I'm sure Ayuk wants to decide and wants to play, football. But as of 8:23 on Thursday, August 22nd, 2024, some little news rumbling that Trent Williams' contract for the 49ers are almost completed and be reworked. Details to be announced soon, per the 49ers and NFL's news, whatever this source on NFL's news sports talk.
Is that a legit thing, though?
That is a great question. I don't know. I've seen them post before. I don't follow them, but a lot of people are responding to it.
I mean, So that's good for if that is true. That's good for them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Trent Williams. I know he's getting older, but
Yeah.
he's still one of the best, if not the best, left tackle in football, and that's obviously very important for them in that team. When it comes to San Francisco, they're just holding. It feels like they're just holding Brandon Ayuk hostage at this point. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like you're going to sign this contract. We're
Yep.
not trading. Like it's they're just San Francisco is being so stubborn. You know what they're doing? They're being stubborn in the fact that they're just gonna say we're not gonna trade you. You're going to sign this contract in hopes that he just gives in and says, "Okay, fine."
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. But the way that it's been going, a couple days, I don't know. It's been a long time. The rumors saying they were close to a deal. Then Kyle Shanahan came out saying, "Oh no, there's not been no new updates, nothing like that, no new, contract, whatever." He doesn't.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
anything that Kyle Shanahan says in those press
I know.
conferences, I wouldn't.
I know.
I
Wouldn't
mean, I
agree.
would. It's just
I
it's
wouldn't. I know.
he's saying ruffle at this point because I mean that's exactly what A he's supposed to say and
Yeah,
B he's not going to. Yeah, I mean anything
disclose.
that comes from they're not going to disclose any of that. So I mean I'm to me that just means absolutely nothing. But
So we're just waiting. It's just another, another week, another waiting. As much as I'm tired, everyone's tired of seeing no news being done. As Steeler fans, Niners fans. I doubt the Commanders will get him. I don't know. I doubt it, but never rule them out.
I mean at this point though, when it comes to the Commanders, I mean they just made a very weird trade
Mm-hmm.
with with Philadelphia,
Yep.
which I mean makes no sense.
No idea why they traded him away, but
I mean, why are you trading him away to your division?
yeah.
That whole thing. And you know what though? If I'm not mistaken, that's not the first trade that's happened within that same division this
I don't.
year.
I don't think so.
Because I don't know, that division is just weird.
But other than that, yeah, we're
Yeah,
just waiting. We're just
yeah.
waiting.
At this point, when it comes to that, we're just waiting. At this point, I'm obviously Jalen Warren. Heard he got banged up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? He's gonna be so obviously we're not gonna see him. I'm assuming on Saturday.
No, his week one questions in the air, pretty much.
Yeah, which I
So,
mean, we're gonna need him badly, especially into week one because you know what? As we get closer to this game, Atlanta there is no like 0% chance
this
of
is
me.
not the same Atlanta team we saw last time we played them. I just tell
No,
you
not at all.
that.
Atlanta now will Atlanta fall on their face eventually? Possibly. But going into week one, they extended AJ Terrell. They
Yep.
got some guys. They've traded for Matthew Judon. They got some dogs on that team.
They got
And
Jesse Bates. They got Justin Simmons. I think they got them as well. Or we went somewhere
yeah,
else. Or they got Justin Simmons now on their team. The defense is looking pretty looking good. You still got Grady Jarrett on there. You still he's not no slouch, Grady Jarrett. I don't I give him props whenever I hear his name out there.
yeah.
But and then you got the offense, that's a potential, really good offense of the Falcon with Kirk Cousins. You
Bijan
got
Robinson,
Bijan
Kyle
Rob,
Pitts, Drake
Kyle Pitts,
London.
Drake London. You got Darnell Mooney on the side. It's no slouch on that team. Not a
No,
slouch.
not at all. And that's a question because looking into this season, you have with that back half of that schedule, you have to get as great of and I know this sounds obvious,
Yeah.
but when you look at the schedule in the back half of that schedule, it is that much more
Important.
critical for the Steelers to go out there and just have a really good start to the season
Yep.
because when you get to that back half of that schedule, when you're playing your division, all your division in the second half of that season, you have Kansas City, you have some teams.
Philadelphia, Kansas City, and in the division. This is
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, that's just an insane back half of the schedule. So you got to do everything in your power to go out there, especially when you get teams like, let's say, the Giants, where, let's be honest, they're not a good football team. There's a decent shot as of now. They're going to compete for one of the top picks in the NFL draft next year. So you have to beat teams like that.
First half of the schedule has to, like you say, like you said, basically try to go undefeated if you can.
Exactly.
Before that back half of the schedule. Speaking of, shout out to Mr. Creed Humphrey getting an extension with the Chiefs as of just announced. So
hey, oh yeah, here we go. 4 years, $72 million extension with $50 million guaranteed. Look at Creed Humphrey go.
yeah,
We could have had him.
What could have been? What could have been? I know, and everyone, if you know, you know what happens. We could have 100%, but it is what it is.
But yeah, looking at the schedule here, you obviously at Atlanta week 1. We just mentioned that Atlanta's a 3-point favorite, which, I mean, so they're getting the 3 points at home. So that we talked about, that game's gonna be tough. Denver on the road there. They just announced that Bo Nix is going to be their starting quarterback. We know the history of rookie quarterbacks against Mike Tomlin. However, I mean, obviously, you got to go out there. And Russell Wilson, if he's a starting quarterback out there, he's got to deal with all that out there in Denver. He's going to have to deal with that. The Chargers, 100%. Are gonna. We don't know what the hell they're gonna be.
No idea.
They're gonna run the hell out of the football.
They got a lot of questions. They like I said, they don't got. Was it just Quentin Johnson as the receiver? That's all I can remember.
They got him, Josh Palmer. Yeah, so they have question marks over there.
And their defense, we'll see.
Yeah, then you have Indianapolis, where, I mean, don't get me wrong, they got some pieces out there, but it's a matter of how it is Anthony Richardson going to look. Is he going to go out there and ball out? I mean, because if we're being honest here, Anthony Richardson, he was the biggest boomer bust quarterback coming out of last year's class. He was that project quarterback, and we never got to really see him last year. So he's a huge question mark, because he could go out there and light it up. And if they could go light it up out there, they got guys out there. They got Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce. I know I'm forgetting at least someone else out there that's pretty good. But they got guys out there.
Oh, they definitely do, 100%.
Then you get Dallas on Sunday Night Football. I mean, Dallas, regardless of what, they're still going to be a tough opponent.
Yep. Always.
And then the game that I'll be at.
Vegas. It's going to be Minshew. It's going to be Gardner Minshew. Will be the starter for the Raiders. Unless something changes.
Yeah, I mean, if something changes. Then you get the Jets, that you'll be at that game.
Yes,
Sunday Night Football.
Sunday night.
Then the Giants, as we mentioned on Monday Night Football, I potentially, depending on finances, I may try and go to that game. Potentially. Then you get the Commanders on the road. You got to win that game. I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I'm calling it.
No.
I'm not calling. No. That's not what I'm calling. I'm not calling anything about all on the field. I'm calling right now. That game is going to be. We're going to get Spiro Ditas and Adam Archuleta. We're going to get the bottom tier broadcasting. I almost guarantee we're getting Spiro Ditas and Adam Archuleta on that. And I highly doubt I'm going to be able to watch it from my home, because that game is only going to be broadcasted in Pittsburgh and in the Washington area. I could almost guarantee it. And then after that, that's when the gauntlet starts.
That's when the gauntlet starts.
Oh, yeah.
So, as I said, we'll see what happens Saturday. It's, it's already been announced Russ is going to start, and then Fields, and then they'll trim down the roster. We'll find out who the 53 is. I think it's Sunday we find out, if I'm not mistaken. Sunday or Monday.
It's going to be fun also. And then also the one thing, too, that I've completely just thought about, as well, when we were talking about the corners as well,
Hmm.
we forgot to totally mention Corey Trice.
Yep.
I think that's another bright spot that's been. If we're looking for any bright spots, Peyton Wilson's been one. Corey Trice is another.
Yep. He's been looking good, and then they like the nickels, the two nickels I've been fighting for, the
Beanie Bishop.
Beanie Bishop, and then Arnold, the other one that they've been going all over. So I think Beanie Bishop is gonna be. I think he's fine. He'll be ready to play. He has some injuries prior, but he should be good to go Saturday and play as well with the starters.
Yeah. Overall, though, yeah, I'm excited for the season to start, but as we get closer and closer, I'm starting to get more doubts. I'm starting to let. I tried to tell myself I'm not gonna let the preseason affect me, but damn it, I can't
Yeah,
not let it affect
I
me.
have not been. I gotten mad watching some of it when you watch a preseason when they don't score or get a first down or whatever. But I just tell myself it's the preseason. Can't be.
How quickly
Hmm.
I'm gonna let's play a little prediction right here.
Hmm.
Say week one.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe.
Oh boy.
Say week one, the offense, let's say mid to end of second, beginning of third quarter, is starting to look putrid still.
Hmm.
How quickly are we going to start seeing tweets of saying bring back Matt Canada?
No, no, I would never do that in my life. No.
I'm not saying from you and me, but there's going to be someone.
No, you are on drugs. You are on something. If you want Matt Canada back, I'd rather have myself or Kirby call the plays on offense
Oh God.
than have Matt Canada make plays again. I'm sorry. No. No, 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 no.
I'd rather have Hugh Jackson out there.
Hugh Jackson out there, yeah. No, what's his face that used to be the Patriots, like D coordinator?
Oh, Matt
Patricia.
Patricia.
Have him be the offensive
And that
coordinator.
fucker beat us too.
Yep, he
Jesus
did.
Lord. That fucker, we were there. Me and Jarryd were there in person. It was hotter than a whorehouse on nickel night. We sitting out in there just now I'm mad at you for bringing that up.
But like I said, we'll see what happens when we get there. It's a lot of question marks of who's going to play week one. I hope Roman Wilson is able to play week one. I'm hoping Troy Fatano plays week one. You know, those are the two question marks. Jalen Warren, of course, is another one. Hopefully, he's able to play week one.
Yep.
And that's another topic we'll talk about next week, and we'll find out. Not next week, probably the following when they'll start getting closer to week one of who's going to play, who's not going to play. Like I said, and also we probably didn't talk about it. Nate Herbig, put on the IR
with the torn rotator. Was it torn rotator cuff?
Yeah, torn rotator cuff.
So,
he's going to be out most of the season.
Hey, one of the wishes that we got, that we were wanting we get, is that it's going to be Zach Frazier as your week one starter at center, which is going to be nice and obviously we're going to. I'm cool with dealing with a little bit of growing pains. I can deal with that a little bit.
Yep.
Now, obviously, you got to go and try and find yourself a potential backup center.
No, 100%.
Now, I'm gonna flip flop on something for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
I've been an advocate of saying, listen, I like guys having position flexibility, being able to play on the left and right side or whatever, blah, blah, blah. However, with what they're doing to Broderick Jones,
oh yeah,
is starting to get annoying because they're saying, okay, he's going to be the left tackle.
Okay.
But yeah, they keep. I get that.
Right.
I get that Fatanu is out, but they just keep flip flopping him in the left. Like, how is he truly going to develop when they just keep flip flopping him?
Yep, you can.
That's like me trying to flip flop between trying to golf left and right. I can barely do my left side. What makes me think I can golf righty? No, Broderick Jones is way better at what he does than me at golfing. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hard thing to do to constantly have to go flipping back and forth.
Yeah, I'd rather, like I said, we all want him to probably be on the left, have Fatano on the right, and then Dan Moore is the backup, which we will live with. As long as he's not on the field starting, which I have a feeling he's going to start week 1, which don't be surprised if he does. And Broderick will be on the right if Fatano can't go.
I
I think
wonder
that
what kind of dirt Dan Moore has on Mike Tomlin.
well, it's his last year of his deal, if I'm not mistaken. So,
And knowing Mike Tomlin, we need to give him a 4-year extension right now.
no, please don't do that. Oh my
No,
goodness.
you know where I want to see Dan Moore go.
Yes, I know. Not on the team, I understand, but at least as a backup, we'll be okay with.
I know of another team in the division who hates their left tackle.
Who's that?
It's also the team that is closest to me.
Oh dear.
When I tell you they hate Jedrick Wills like no tomorrow. Hey,
Um,
hey, I'll let you guys want Dan Moore?
player for player, no traffics or nothing.
Oh no, hell no. I keep Jedrick Wills as far the fuck away from here.
I
Good
know.
God, the only time I want to see Jedrick Wills is when we're playing against him.
Yeah.
But and I know they're going to be questioning that here very soon. What the hell they're going to do with him, but because I think that's a true potential. I know I'm going to go off topic for a second, talk drafts because we haven't even hit week 1, and that's what I do. But I think that's a real potential that. Okay, like I said, I'm outside guy, so I'm also outside street watching too. But I think there's a real potential that depending on how the Browns do next year, I think that with them actually having a first round pick for the first time in
Long
3
time.
years since they gave Fredo all that money,
Yep.
I think there's a legit shot that they try and go after a tackle next year. If they don't go after a wide receiver, I think they go after a tackle. It's going to be one of those two. That's just a little, but
100%.
yeah. Other than that, I think it's I would like to see a little bit of stability when it comes to Broderick Jones. I
Agreed.
know that that's contradicting exactly what I've been saying. I understand that, but with what we've been seeing, God, I would like to have a little bit of continuity with him.
100%. We'll see what they do. Last game of the preseason. We're getting it 2 weeks away till the
Yep.
first game. I'm itching, honestly. There's nothing else to watch right now. I guess some of the preseason games.
Thank God that I have golf to look forward to on Sundays because, again, if y'all know me, I have been God big into golf this year.
Yeah.
And that's been my thing is like every Sunday we go out golf. I've probably been golfing every Sunday since maybe June. Damn near.
Oh.
So at least I have something to look forward to. But yet again, we also get limited season. We get limited time with that. Jarryd doesn't know what that is. I could go golfing on Christmas Day. They could go out on February 2nd, no problem. We're begging to push that if it's 45 degrees, up, golf. Or no, if it hits 50, if we get a day where it's like 50s in February, you could bet. I swear on everything. There have been days where if you go down drive a golf course that's open year round around here, and it's like in the 50s, that parking lot is filled to the brim. You guys bundle up and have a state of emergency because you guys don't know how to handle that.
Oh yeah, if it's 50.
You guys bundle up in your big Alaskan coats. You guys crank up the heaters to no end.
Oh,
You guys
crank up the heaters. I always.
You guys act. Yeah, you guys act like that. You guys are in Antarctica. While me, I'll show you a picture. If it's in the 50s in February, I am in a fucking tank top, shorts, and everything.
I believe it. 100% believe it. Well, at least for this Sunday and next Sunday, I got a fantasy football draft this Sunday and the following Sunday. This will keep me busy.
Yeah, I mean, and for those, by the way, speaking of which, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, go and do that right now. Right
Yep.
there at Jeff_Kirby412. Go do that. I put out an unpopular opinion that to me, fantasy football is highly overrated.
That's Kirby.
Yes, the reason why I say that, I love doing the acts of draft days. Love them. Love doing drafts. It's everything after.
No.
I am one of those people that I hate the way it impacts the way I watch games. Because I remember this specifically in 2021, because I was looking at this draft board today, because we actually have it at one of my jobs. I drafted Jamar. Remember Jamar Chase's rookie year? Yep. When he was going through that issue where he couldn't catch anything and he had felt like he had the yips of drops.
Yep.
Well, I was the sucker and drafted him in like the 13th round or something as like a flyer. Well, we all know how that went. Who was my quarterback that year too? Mr. Joe Burrow. How do you think I had to feel when they were kicking our ass? Like, I can't do that. I would rather lose fantasy if it means the Steelers winning. I can't root for guys that are going up against my team. I can't do it.
I don't root.
Especially if you're in the divisions.
I just don't root for them. If I draft them, that's the one thing. If you don't draft them.
Yeah, but I mean, deep down, you're like, fuck, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen.
I see where you're coming from.
And to me, like I said, I don't like the way that it impacts the way that I watch. And I've been offered, obviously, for obvious reasons, I've been offered many times, hey, do you want to be a part of this fantasy football draft? And I'm just like, no, I don't. Now, I may, if in a group chat of mine, they just say, hey, let's just do a bullshit draft. Okay, then whatever, because then I'll just do the draft and then I don't have to necessarily fully care. I don't care that if I lose or win or whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
But in terms of money lead, nah, that's just, I've done them, not for me.
I understand. I understand. It is what it is. It's not for everybody.
Let me ask you this: if you were to get the first overall pick, who would you take? Would it be McCaffrey? Would it be?
It would be McCaffrey.
Okay. And you know what's the other thing too that I'm despising about this time of year is no matter how much I try to avoid it, my TikTok For You page is nothing of, I would rather stick my head in a cactus and draft these players.
Yep.
These are and it's just every single video is just about fantasy football, and I'm like, shut up.
Yep.
Click the description for my free course on or you're shut up.
I know my first draft, I have the third pick. I don't know what I'll have in the other one, but I have the third pick in the draft. I'm not gonna say. Well, I know the.
Yeah, no, don't say it.
Well, not say it, but it's one of the good players, of course.
Well, no, I thought you were going to have Pat Fryermuth, third overall.
But yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think that might be about it for this week. Like I said, I was not able to fully pay attention to the game because I was highly intoxicated. And yeah, we were a part of it. Was an event for a campaign, so yeah, we were. So I was in the middle of doing that and stuffing my face with hors d'oeuvres as well because, well, we all know my big ass is stuffing my face with food any time of the day. Other than that, I think that's about it. Unless you got anything else for us.
No, sir.
All right.
Nothing else going on. The Guardians suck, by the way, just so you know. That's all I wanted to tell them. I just because
Luckily for me, I can cut that out. I'm just kidding. I won't. I won't do that. But it's okay because neither of our teams are making it past the ALD.
Here we go. Here we go. This guy thinks so. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. I'm not going to say anything. We'll just wait till
Hey, at least I said it about my team too.
we'll see.
But one thing that I will say this: Aaron Judge is unreal. That dude is oh my god, that dude is unreal. Marson Judge is unreal.
I think the you're so dumb, but
hey, he is fire though with that bat in his hand. Good God, that dude is
48 home runs already, on pace for 61 right now. Is pretty insane. I think by the time whenever he's done, he's going to be one of the greats. Like, probably, one of the best hitters out there.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be on that laundry list of Yankee legends. He's just going to be on that laundry list that's fucking longer than Yao Ming's body.
Well, and we'll see what happens, but that's pretty much that's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, I was hoping that you were gonna say that, but I guess you know what? I guess touche. I guess. But till then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I know you guys could barely see me here, so let's let me give you guys a little bit of.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you a story, there, young man. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, smash that like button, hit the red subscribe button, drop a comment. And until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. We're getting very close. Make sure you guys put in your guys' 2-week notice for your household to make sure that you get off on Sundays from A, your jobs, or B, from having to do any housework. I will be getting ready to type mine up as soon as we get done tonight. And it's ironic that my job has the caucasity to continue to ask me whether I'm going to work on Sundays. First off, when have I ever worked on a Sunday? And you know what's coming up? It's my ass. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. And it's still fuck the Yankees in Michigan. But other than that, have a great weekend, guys. Peace out.